Hi, I'm Shane and welcome to Rockin the Planet, the show dedicated to bringing live New Zealand music to your television screens every single week of the year. And this week we're going to have a guitar solo special. We're going to feature some of the great solos that we had over the year, 37 shows so far. Now also during the year we had some wonderful people just dropped in unannounced and they decided to stay around for a chat. So we interviewed them and we had Bill Ward as one of those very special guests. Now Bill Ward, you may remember he was in the 4/4s and a fantastic band called The Human Instinct. Now he called in and he told us all about his escapades and what he's doing these days. Bill, it's fantastic to see you here.
Yeah.
Now, Bill and I, may I say, we're just youngsters, but we haven't seen each other for near on 50 years. And it's a true story, so we got so much to talk about.
He was 7 and I was 9.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. No, that ages me. I was only 5. But we've had this amazing career. Both you took career paths and you've got an amazing career to talk about and a great life so far. Whereabouts are you living now, Bill?
I live in Te Aroha, under the Love Mountain.
Okay, under the Love Mountain, which is a beautiful spot. I played there at the AMP show about 3 years ago with a guy called Kevin Greaves. Fantastic. Now, we're surrounded by all these beautiful guitars, and believe me, they are. But we're going to get to that in just a minute. But first of all, Bill Ward started out as 1/4 of the 4/4s, who I know still have a huge following out there. And everyone will always say to me, what happened to the 4/4s? Well, you had all sorts of guys in those bands. But Bill, you can tell us about that. First of all, was that your first band?
It was the first real band I was in, what I called a real band. And actually, I was the 5th 4 originally. But then 3 guys left and we ended up the 4/4s as we were when we came to Auckland in the early 60s. And there was myself playing lead guitar, Dave Hartstone playing rhythm guitar, Trevor Spitz playing drums, and Frank Hay playing bass.
Okay, now, about those guys, I mean, Trevor Spitz, a lot of people wouldn't know because I didn't before we started chatting, but apparently he just passed away just a year ago.
Yeah, he passed away earlier this year.
Earlier this year?
Yeah, with he had melanoma and it got him.
Melanoma. And Trevor was an entrepreneur like no other. He was your drummer, and I mean, he was a great guy. Everyone knew him, and he was a big personality, little guy.
Little guy with a big personality.
Yeah, he was, and he became. He managed all the clubs for Phil Warren down in Christchurch. He ran That's Country.
That's right.
He organised that.
Yeah.
That's Country, the music show on TV. He was a real entrepreneur, and then he had Thomas the Tank Engine, The Simpsons, all the Disney characters.
That's
he
right,
owned all the rights for those to bring them over here.
He was a real entrepreneur.
He never stopped working, and and then he retired to Marlborough Sounds and $1 million property, and then he moved back to Tauranga, and sadly that's what's happened to
got second died,
Trevor.
which was.
And I remember I worked for him when I was in the Australian Pleasers in Tauranga, one of the first gigs out of town, 1965. Went down there. He had the hall booked and everything. We went in. He was selling orange juice. He had it all geared up. The coffees.
He was selling coffee, and you knew what to ask for. You could get a fortified one.
If you get a fortified coffee,
because you weren't allowed in those days.
Yeah. It was real prohibition stuff. Back with Bill in just a moment, but now the first of our 5 guitar solos, and this one's got to be just one of the best. It's John Clark from the Abbey Road Beatle Tribute Band with his guitar gently weeping.
Still my guitar gently weeping.
Dave Hartstone, he was the guitarist in the band. He was he the rhythm player?
He was the rhythm player, and he did the whistling on our #1 hit, the theme from an Empty Coffee Lounge.
Empty Coffee Lounge, which I believe was written at the Platterack Coffee Lounge.
We were waiting for some guest artist to come and rehearsal, and I was mucking around with a few chords, and Dave started whistling, and Yeah, that's quite nice. We'll write some words to that one day. We never did, but it got
Did
to
it as an
number one in New
instrumental?
Zealand.
And it was number one in New
Yeah,
Zealand?
yeah.
What year was that, 1960?
Be about 1963, 64.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I went out and bought it.
And I haven't got
It was
a
on
copy.
a blue label. Tell me, was it on Philips or something like that?
No, it was on. I think it was Allied International.
That's it. Yes.
Fred
I
Bogue.
bought the record. I never whistled that good, never. But anyway, Dave Harstone, he went off to, when you went to England as the Human Instinct, he created a music business for himself.
Yeah,
over
he
there.
stayed there when we came back.
Yeah,
And,
PA hire and
yeah, and
sound
actually
systems.
Clive Coulson, who was a Kiwi who died a while ago too,
Yeah.
he was over there. He was our roadie for a while, and he stayed and helped Dave
And
with that business
he ended
after
up
we
being
came
the
home.
roadie for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And his
so-
life. I mean, it's amazing Kiwis out there doing great things.
Yeah.
Now, you did some great things, and we will get to these guitars in a minute. But I've got to mention something that you did. It would be about 1969, 1970, and you started racing cars.
It was in the mid-70s and...
Mid-70s, sorry.
Yeah, and in 1979, I built a little car and a little hot rod, took it to the Salt Flats. And
Is this
was
a
the
new
first,
car?
it was brand new, yeah, built it.
In America?
Built it in 5 months, yeah, and we never set a record. We ran the fastest in our class, but I turned out to be the first Kiwi to build and race a car on the Salt, so that was pretty special.
Pretty special, right? Now, what instigated that? I mean, apart from you like cars and all the rest of it, but you must have cost a lot of money to get you there.
Well,
to be
it
on the
cost
Bonneville
a
Flats.
huge amount. It was interesting because when we came back from England, I wanted something to read on the plane. I bought an
This
American
is
Hot Rod
after you've been
magazine.
in Human Instinct.
Yep, and we were coming
Come
home.
back here.
And one thing I remember actually, because 707 days you couldn't carry much luggage.
Yeah.
Frank was our business manager. He had a big diary.
This is
about
Frank
big.
Greer.
Frank Hay.
Oh, Frank Hayes.
And he had a big diary with every gig we'd ever played, who we'd played with, where we stayed, how much we got paid, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and I
bass
remember
player.
throwing it into rubbish bins and I won't need that anymore. That would be an absolute piece of history to have now.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I say, I bought this Hot Rod magazine to read on the plane home, and it had a story in there of the Bonneville Speed Week.
Yeah.
And I read, oh yeah, that's pretty good, because I've always been interested in cars and V8s and
Yeah.
stuff. And then I'm reading through the record set, B. Munro, Invercargill, New Zealand, 183 point something or other miles an hour. I thought, whoa, Kiwis over there set a record. They must have
Yeah.
planted a seed.
That was on the motorbike.
It was on the motorbike.
On the Indian, of
Yeah,
course,
the one
the
that the
fastest
movie was
Indian,
made about. Yeah. And so they must have planted a seed. And I came home, settled down, got out of the music really, because I had a wife and a couple of young kids.
Yeah.
And
Got a proper job.
But cut my hair, got a real job. Yeah. But the thing was growing, and as time went by, we built this little car, and I don't know how we raised the money, but we did. And we went over in 1979 and ran the fastest in our class, and then came back, went over in 1982, and the Salt Flats were wet.
Yeah.
Couldn't race, stored the car, came back in 84, ran again, but every time we never actually set a record. We ran the fastest in our class.
Still
but
too wet?
Well, too wet, and throttle fell off one time, and I spun it out another time.
Now tell me, because this car, I'm fascinated. You're racing and you're laying out flat in the front of the car with a
Oh, the
big
new car.
V8 behind you.
No, that's the new car. The old car was just set up like a Model A
Oh,
Roadster.
that's the old one.
That's
Okay,
the old
and
one.
you sat in there going...
Yeah, 171 mile an
Shaking.
hour. Yeah. But it's very smooth.
Yeah.
Very smooth. But she wanders
Still,
all over the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
But the new car is quite a bit different because
Concentration.
it's nearly 6 meters long.
So that's the new car.
That's the new car. Yeah. So it's real long and real low. Like it's about that high.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and it has a 1927 Model T body, fiberglass one, but all the mechanicals are in that. And then I basically lay down in the front, right inside the roll cage.
But you're facing forward.
I'm facing forward.
You're laying down.
Laying
feet
back.
first,
Yeah.
And you're laying back, just your head up.
Yeah. Just my head
You've got the
inside.
throttle and everything under your feet.
Yeah, got a throttle one
And
side.
what sort of speeds are you getting up to?
We did a best speed with running an old flathead V8, 165 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Took the record, and we still hold it. Nobody's beaten it yet, so that's pretty cool.
Kiwis! More Kiwis, the Shea Orton Band, and they're featuring a young guy, up-and-coming guitarist who's going to go a long, long way, Dan Cosgrove, and he'll blow your socks off. I know you're living in Te Aroha.
Yep.
And you are a maker of guitars, and we have these incredible guitars that you brought in tonight, all handcrafted by yourself.
That's right.
Which
Yep.
blows me away. I mean, my favourite's this double necker here. It's a 12-string and a 6-string. Can I pass that over to you?
Yeah, sure.
You can tell us all about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you modelled that body there was a Strat of yours or something?
No,
A
it's a whole new body, but when we were in England, I had 2 guitars. I had an L-Series Stratocaster, which I've still got. I've rebuilt it, kept all the parts, and I had a 12-string Rickenbacker. And I was forever changing guitars, and it sort of mucked up the set.
Yeah, as you do.
So in between gigs, I got a 12-string neck from Vox. They didn't want to sell it to me because that's
good
the
old
time
Vox. That's Music Planet.
The Who were breaking stuff up, and they thought we were trying to do the same.
Yeah, of course.
But it wasn't. And because I couldn't afford a case, I made the body with the neck splayed so it would fit in the original Strat case. And
so it
that's
still
it
fits
over
in
there. So it still fits in. And of course, flick a switch, and you got the 12-string, flick it, and you got a 6-string. So
and you didn't have to change guitars or anything
I
else. Just
bought one extra pickup. Otherwise, they're all the original pickups.
So you can play a rhythm guitar here, and then you can go straight to a 12-string solo.
Yep. Or you can play all the shadow stuff, and that just tremolo and everything's still on it. Yeah, so
fantastic.
So
and you call your guitars, you've got a...
I call them Foamy, F-O-M-I.
F-O-M-I, and tell me what's that?
Because I was told I needed a brand name.
Yeah.
And it stands for Figment of My Imagination.
And they are.
And they are,
beautiful
basically,
figment of your imagination.
So I'm very proud of them all.
I'll put that one back.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about another one. You make them out of cowrie, is it? Cowrie?
No, Remu, mostly.
Remu, there you
I've
go.
made some out of cowrie, but
you have?
Remu, I like
Remu's
Remu
a nice timber, yeah. Is that just for the colour or just the strength?
Well, the colour and the strength, really.
No,
Cowrie's a lovely wood to work, but it's soft.
You can get up and reach over and grab that. Is that the one? Is that Remu?
That's Remu, yeah.
Oh, that is Remu, but it's painted, obviously.
But it's painted, yeah.
That's right, but that's quite interesting. It's got a big spider written on it.
And I've got some...
Painted on it.
I've got some neat old books at home.
That's amazing, that colour.
And this was a...
And that all holds okay? Like
yeah, it's all solid, yeah. And this was a shape of a guitar. They never made many because it was before the grunge rock days when this would have been perfect. And they sold about... They made about a run of about 300 and most of them
I love that.
But I saw the shape and so I scaled the shape off and bought a neck and it plays
the spider
nice.
is a caterpillar.
And of course, a good friend of mine is a airbrush painter, Warren Houston.
Yeah.
Painted the caterpillar on it.
Is he down your way? Or?
Yes, he's in Rotorua, and he actually did a lot of the work on the TV.
It's beautiful. You should get close up to that spider. Yeah. It's beautiful. And wonderful how he does.
It's actually for sale, but
and the neck again is
the neck again. I buy the necks in, but I shape the headstocks to suit whatever I want.
And the tune and
So that's I'm pretty proud of that. It's
you should be.
Pretty
now, how if someone wanted to buy that guitar, how would they get in touch with you? What's your
have you got
a site on the internet?
Haven't really got a music site, but they can get in touch with me through our racing site, which is called KiwiAssault.com.
Kiwi Assault.
ASLALT.
There it is, written across the state. There we go, written right across
one
the
word, .com. They can get all my contact details are on that.
Okay, fantastic.
And we're going to add a bit to the site about the guitar.
And this is only the tip of the iceberg. He has another 17 at home. He couldn't get in the car.
Much to my wife's disgust.
But beautiful guitars and amazing. You've really made an art of it, and it's a wonder you're not. How many what would you sell, one a year, I suppose?
Not a lot, yeah.
Are you full on every day? You get up and say, I'm going to
not
build
every
my
day,
guitars.
no. But most of the work I do, I'll buy an old beaten up guitar and I'll rebuild the whole thing, repaint it and redo it. And I get the occasional commission. I even did one for a member of Parliament. Built one for Maurice Williamson.
Oh, I was going to say,
and he's quite happy for us to mention his name.
So he's a bit of a strummer, is he?
Well, he used to be. He came from Matamata originally, and he was
country music, I bet.
I don't know.
Matter, they say.
Yeah, I don't
there
know.
Again, Tim Armstrong comes from there, and he's not a country musician.
No, we come from everywhere. I come off a farm, and I'm not country music.
No. And now for someone who is definitely not country. He's a great friend of Rockin The Planet, and we love him. It's Stray Falcon, fronting his band, Red Harvest. Anyway, the future, I mean, you're still making guitars and that. You're still singing.
Yep.
You're singing up a storm. Are you still writing songs?
Yeah, still writing songs, yep.
You're not whistling them?
No, don't whistle,
no,
no.
of course.
Can't
But the
whistle.
4/4s had a magic career, and of course they became the Human Instinct, and so on with Morris' career, who we had as a guest not long ago. And so you had a wonderful time in England. I know you did. You worked, or you starved for your art, and you came back, got your proper job. So life has been good to you, though.
Oh, yeah, it has. I mean,
you got a family and
I've got
everything.
my family, and the family's all grown. I've got 9 grandchildren now.
9 grandkids. Isn't that amazing, eh? We've had a look at all these wonderful guitars of yours, Bill, but I actually have a wonderful guitar just sitting here. It's a Larrivee.
I was looking at that before.
Music Planet. You look at this. Music Planet. It's a Larrivee, and it's made with all the beautiful timbers are in Canada, all Canadian woods, all different. You can see it's got, what do you call that one?
Mahogany.
Mahogany, and then it's got an ash, and it's got, they're all native Canadian. Of course, they say they're French, but they're actually made in French Quebec. So there you go, they're Canadian. And it's a Larrivee, and Music Planet sell these beautiful guitars. I'm actually trying to buy that one. It's just stunning. It's a beautiful guitar, beautiful action, everything.
Yeah, it is.
And I just thought you'd do me the honour of, you said you've got a little song up your sleeve that you've just recently written.
Yep. As you'll know, we musicians sometimes get home very late.
Oh, we
and this
do.
can affect relationships, and that's really what this song's about. It's cold, real cold, cold coffee morning. It's cold, cold coffee morning. And it's only slightly better than a long beer afternoon. I came home late last night, early morning light, day was dawning. Oh, it had a real good night, was early morning light, day was dawning. Oh, she's gone, yes, she's gone, on this cold coffee morning. Yes, she's gone, finally gone, on this cold coffee morning. And it's only slightly better than a warm beer afternoon. Oh, it's cold, yeah, it's cold, real cold. Oh, it's cold, real cold, and it's only slightly better than a warm beer afternoon.
Fabulous, Bill. Well done. Lovely song.
Lovely
and I know what you
guitar.
mean. Get home late. Yeah, beautiful guitar, isn't
Yeah,
it?
lovely guitar.
Lovely sound. You made it sound absolutely perfect. And don't forget Music Planet, and I'm sure you've got one near you.
No, well, there's one in Tauranga, I think.
There's one in Tauranga and there's one in Hamilton. So you're in between.
Yeah,
so
so
you
I've got
travel
choice of
either
two.
way. You got a choice of two. So anyway,
season.
Bill, it's been amazing catching up with you after all these years. And I know I could ask you so many questions. I could go on all night. But one more thing, the gigs in England and UK, there must be a few stories on the road. I know what goes on the road stays on the road. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But there must be one story you can tell
Well,
me.
there was a lot, but one that always springs to mind was we'd got this 3-day weekend gig in Scotland.
This is a human instinct.
It's a human instinct. And so we drive up there, and it's about 8-hour, 10-hour trip.
Yeah.
We stay in Glasgow, and because they organise accommodation for us, and it's a little bed and breakfast thing right underneath where the bloody train goes across. And of course we get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the train starts at 5, and they get us up at 7 for breakfast, you know. And breakfast is black pudding. You ever had that stuff?
Oh.
Bacon about this thick, you know, and fat about this thick.
A real Scotsman's breakfast.
All thing we wanted was coffee and sleep. But anyway, so after the third night, we decided we're not staying the third night. We're going to drive home.
No more black
We
pudding.
are going home. So we hop in the thing about 2 o'clock in the morning. We get home about 10 o'clock in the morning back to London. We've hardly gone to bed. Ring, 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 the phone rings. We're all out there. Dave's wife gets up, answers the phone. It's our manager. You guys want to be on TV in Manchester? Get in your van and get up there by midday.
Oh.
We just passed the bloody place.
You just come all the way fast down to London.
So we pile in the van, we get up to Manchester, and we get to the studios, you know, TV studios. And the floor manager says, we're going to be doing two things. You guys are on first. Do your thing, then be real quiet.
Was this live?
This is live.
Played
Yeah.
live?
Well, they recorded it live, and then it was. Then they played it back, and it was on a show called Have a Shot.
I know Have a Shot.
English comedian King Dodd, I think it was.
Bob Monkhouse.
Bob Monkhouse. And if he didn't like it, he didn't like the song.
Bernie the Bolt.
Yeah, and if he
And
didn't
they
like
used
he didn't like the song, he'd shoot the gun. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So anyway, so we get up there, and I think we had quite a good version of Good Vibrations.
Yeah.
We had the harmonies all good, and so we thought, right, we'll do that. And so we all set up, and we did our thing, and as soon as we finished, the floor manager said, shh, and let a guy in, put him on a chair, and he's sitting side on to us with a guitar, and he played this nice guitar and sung this Spanish song.
Yeah.
I thought, geez, pity that song wasn't in English, you know, but he's bloody good, this guy. And after he finished, that's fine, they take him away, and we're talking to the floor manager while we're packing up. I said, who was that guy? And he puts his clipboard up and says, Jose Feliciano or something.
Yeah.
And it was Jose Feliciano's first ever gig in the UK.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing was that about a fortnight later, when they played it live on TV, we made sure we had that night off.
And you watched
And it was about an hour program. They had about maybe 10 bands on. There was only 2 that got through. There was him and us.
Oh, fantastic.
So that means if you got
So
through,
you
you
and
got paid.
Jose Feliciano?
Yeah, and of course he went on to become
huge. Yeah.
huge. He's still doing it.
And what year was that?
This
That
would be
would've been-
1967.
Yeah, because I saw him 1970. He just having his hits, Light My Fire
Yeah.
and
Oh,
California
yeah.
Dreaming and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he was magnificent. Time for some magnificent guitar. This is Shane Tracy fronting the cover up, and they're playing La Bamba. We could reminisce all night.
Yeah, because we played with so many of the well-known groups.
Yeah, tell me who else?
Oh, four Small Faces.
Small Faces.
Spencer Davis Group, Long John Baldry. We played with
Was this in places like the
this
Marquee?
here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, we played in the Marquee. We opened for the Move in the Marquee.
Yeah, there you go.
Played there twice, I forget. And the second time we opened for Jeff Beck Group and
Rod Stewart was
Rod
singing.
Stewart was the lead singer, and if you read his biography, he says he's always beautifully dressed. He
Yeah.
wasn't that night. He was
Nah.
barefoot, ripped jeans, and a singlet.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting thing too, because when we came back, we all sent all our gear back, and so we went to see Phil Warren about playing in down at the
Good old Phil.
down the bottom, what was Shirley?
Oh, the Shirley in the Galaxy.
In the
and,
Galaxy Ballroom, yeah, because they used to
yeah.
have a Sunday showcase.
That's right, yeah, Sunday night.
And they said, oh yeah, have you guys on? A lot of people asking how you're getting on.
Especially
and
when
that.
you come back from
And we
England.
said,
Wow. what a
and,
Sunday
and he
night.
said, what fee do you want? And we said, we want $200. There was only 3 of us.
And there was a lot of money
And,
there.
and he said, there's no way I'm paying any New Zealand group, even Howard Morrison, $200 to come on this show. But he says, I'll tell you what I'll do, we'll split the door take with you. So we split the door take with us, and we got $175 each.
I was going to say, well, it's funny, but I had that
But he was
experience
happy.
recently myself. Someone said, no, we don't pay that sort of money. You'll have to do it for the door if you want a gig here. And I went, yeah, I'll take a punt on it. We made way more than we were going to make if we'd been taking
There
the money.
you go, right?
And they got a bit upset about it.
Yeah.
I said, that's the deal.
Yeah, that's a deal. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't have faith in us.
No.
Anyway, look, Bill, I'm sorry, but we're only a half-hour show, would you believe?
I'll come
And we
back
need
every
3
week for the
hours.
next 10 weeks.
You'll have to come back. Yeah. We'll do you in episodes.
Yeah.
But
Actually, it'd be
come back
interesting-
and see us
it'd
and
be
keep in
interesting
touch.
If you guys come down and got a clip of us singing rock and roll at the beach shop.
Yeah, something
next
like
March.
that. Yeah, well, I've done the beach shop a few times
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I love the beach shop. I'll probably be down there. I'll catch you.
Lincoln Cafe.
And you what? You and your band? What
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
called
me and
now?
a band. Yeah. We call ourselves the Bonneville Boys.
The Bonneville Boys. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget that. Bonneville Boys at the beach hop.
Lincoln Cafe.
That'll be Lincoln Cafe next March.
Yeah,
pretty
March.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
March. All right, we'll be there. And Bill, keep on rocking, mate. Rocking the
Love it.
planet.
Keeps us
okay?
all alive. Keeps us all alive.
You're looking so well.
Yeah, no, thank
Great.
you. You're looking pretty good yourself.
Thanks. I thought you'd never say it. Bill Ward, and thank you, Bill, for joining us. And please call again. Be great chatting to you. Now, our last solo for the evening is a wonderful guitarist, Mr. Grant Wills. You can't fault this guy. A good friend of Rockin the Planets, and he's going to take us out tonight. He fronts the Groove Diggers, the mighty Groove Diggers. And it's a song called Jesus Is All Right With Me. Hallelujah. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Good night.